It's time for Recipe of the Day.
I am so excited about today. You guys, today is the day that I get to tell you about my ham salad recipe. I am obsessed with this. So I will start by saying that I had only had ham salad one time in my life previously. So this is the stuff that's also called deviled ham or ham spread. It is usually put through a food processor or meat grinder to get really smooth. And it has like a sweet flavor to it that is sweet relish usually. And I will tell you, I was not a fan. I found it kind of mushy and too sweet, and I hadn't had it since until last year. And now I can't remember if it's when I was in St. Augustine or in Savannah. It was around the same time. But I was in one of those places and I was at like a Southern restaurant and they had like a charcuterie, like cured ham and like pimento cheese kind of plate. And on there was something that the waitress called ham salad. And I was a little skeptical at first because of the past experience, but it looked different. It was like really finely chopped ham. So it wasn't through the grinder like the other one I'd had. And when I tasted it, oh my God, so good. It had like a mild dill pickly kind of taste to it. Not sweet at all. And so I was determined when I got home to give it a try. Now, when I was testing the recipe, I did do one batch with the sweet relish and one batch with the dill pickle relish because I wanted to make sure that the amount would be about the same if people wanted to do the sweet one. Like if you're listening, you're like, wait a minute, Christine, I actually like the sweet relish in my ham salad. You can do that. And if you are thinking that you might want to try my version, you can do the dill pickle relish. I wanted to make sure that the amounts were the same. And they are. I'm going to give you the recipe in a moment. But anyhow, I was testing both of them and then we were having people over that weekend. So I actually did a side-by-side comparison with about 8 different people who were all here and I had them try both. And I will say that not everybody liked it at all. There were people who were just like, I don't think I'm a fan of ham salad, even if you finely chopped it. But among the people who liked it, they all loved the dill pickle one more than the sweet one. So that could have just been my group of friends, but I'm telling you, if you don't think you like ham salad, this is one you should try. And even if you do, you might want to try switching up that relish. Okay, so this is really, really easy to make, and I'm just going to tell you how. So you are starting with 3/4 of a pound of cooked ham. And that can really be any kind of ham. You know, Easter's coming up. If you're going to have leftover ham, this is a great use for that. You can get like a ham steak and use that. You don't want to use like lunch meat that's been shaved or thinly sliced. For sandwiches, you want a thicker cut. So like the ham steak, or you can buy it already chopped. They sell already chopped ham in little packages, or you can ask at the deli counter that they give you a thicker cut, but you want 3/4 of a pound and you're going to really finely chop that. Like almost as fine as you can, not paper thin. It's like 2 millimeters thick, which if you are living in the States, you may not know how thick that is. I'm going to find out for you. I'm going to stop recording and look on the internet right now. Okay, so I actually consulted the internet and I actually also looked at my ruler, and I'm going to say it's more like 4 millimeters, which is going to be close to 1/8 of an inch. That is kind of the thickness. If some pieces are a little bit bigger, heading towards 1/4 of an inch, that's going to be fine too, but you want it around 1/8 of an inch. So that is how finely you're chopping it. And then you are putting that into a big bowl with 1/3 of a cup of mayonnaise and 1 tablespoon of the relish of your choice. So that can be sweet relish or it can be the dill pickle relish. Either of those is good. Or you could just very finely chop up, really, really finely chop up whatever favorite pickle you have in your fridge, like a cucumber pickle, a pickled cucumber, dill pickles, gherkins if you like them, anything like that. You want a tablespoon of that very finely chopped, and then 1 rib of celery, and then 1 rib of celery finely chopped, and 1 green onion finely chopped. I usually do the greens and also the whites, kind of like cut the whites in half lengthwise and then chop through those as well. And then you just mix that up. It is delicious immediately, or you can put it in the fridge to let the flavors kind of blend for half an hour and dig in. This will keep in the fridge for 3 to 4 days in a covered container. I do not recommend freezing ham salad though. The ham kind of gets watery and the mayonnaise doesn't freeze well. So you want to just eat this up, and it's not going to be hard to because it is really that delicious. Okay, I will put the link to this recipe in the show notes for this podcast episode, or you can head to cookthestory.com/ROTD and get it there. Everything there is arranged by date, so it's helpful to know that today is March 31st of 2026. I'm Christine Pittman from cookthestory.com, thecookful.com, cookfor2.us, and from this podcast, Recipe of the Day, I hope you have a great day. Let's get cooking.